Hello, this is CrazyMan7777 here with Alex3527, and we are doing, what is the name of this map? Ancient Domains.
Yeah.
So, we are going to look at two maps in Halo Reach today, and I'm going to look at one map in Halo Anniversary. Alex3527 can look at that map too because it's in my file share, although I'm not quite sure how well that'll work out from. Um, we Oh man, fall damage. I enjoy that somehow. Anyway, so this is the most simplistic version of this map. And then there's a version that I made, and then there's a bunch of crap versions that are deleted. So they're basically two maps.
Yeah, so we kind of forged this map together, although I think I did most of the forging.
I did walls, a lot of them. I'm pretty sure anything that is standing vertically that's flat is probably something that I did. But except for maybe the bridges, I don't know about bridges. Yeah, so this is not the map that we are going to be converting into a Halo 2 Anniversary version, because this one, unlike the other version, does have well, mostly unlike the other version, does have huge sight lines, which are basically make it so that the whole game is a slaughter if anyone finds a battle rifle. And usually you start with a battle rifle in matchmaking, so not really a preferred thing to do, really.
Yep. I know back when I played this a couple times with small groups of people, when Reach was a thing, it was a mad scramble for the Ghost.
I'm pretty sure this map went pretty well, and when we tested it, I know that my version.
It plays well when you spawn with an assault rifle, but I couldn't imagine being more played.
Yeah, I know that the version that I have has been in battle tested by the largest amount of players you can have in Halo Reach, which is 16 versus 16. So
Actually,
mine is battle proven. I didn't know we were fighting each other.
we are.
Okay. Yes, mine is battle proven. This one I'm not quite so sure about. Um, it actually might have been because of the fact that we tested this Alex tested this map um that we changed it and made a new version. I don't know for sure. I'm not quite sure anymore.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has been. Listen, if we can play with each other, we'll try to play with each other, but I doubt we will. Well, you have a lot of objective over there.
That's the race spawns.
Yeah, so there's not quite as much to see on this map than the other one, but it does have a lot of aesthetic detail to everything.
Oh yeah, like when I will garbage in the corner.
Yeah, that's still aesthetic detail. Garbage is something. Thank you for so gracefully parking our car and then missing the plasma grenade. Oh man. The level of destruction that you get from grenades in this game is just ridiculous, especially since it's still an Xbox 360 game.
Yep. So you want to go on the next map now?
Yes, we will go on my version of the map.
Game over.
I like how there's a drop shield in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Even when I'm not quite sure I was supposed to pick that up, I feel like that's just aesthetic detail.
Oh no.
Yes, I also had versions of this map where there was a bunch of tanks and warthogs and kill balls and stuff. Which obviously those versions have been deleted because they don't work.
I promoted you.
Alright.
Yeah, I think the reason on that map there was a drop shield was if you got to the middle of a map and you weren't in a vehicle, you were pretty much screwed.
I could see that. I do like the fact that it did load super fast.
Oh yeah. Because Forge World's the thing that takes forever to load if pieces don't do anything.
I know. I was really hoping they would do a Forge World in Halo 2 Anniversary, but they really didn't do it.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, I remember this one.
Yes, this is the
Oh
one
yeah,
where...
this one does have the Falcons.
Yes, this one does have the Falcons. I said it didn't have tanks.
Oh yeah. Just a minute. I just realized that when I thought I had unplugged my Xbox One, I actually unplugged my computer, and that's causing an issue right now.
Why? Because you're losing battery?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, this is the version that I did most of, and the reason this one has been changed so that why is there a? I'm not quite sure why this is here. Anyway, oh yeah, never mind. I know why this is here. Anyway, this one I wanted to create the middle. I wanted the middle to have a little bit more tactical play in the map, since the last version it was a little bit just barren out there. So what I did is that I added more bridges and I removed the middle part so you could drive through the middle. As well, I added the ability to go up in the air with air vehicles, and I added anti-air guns to the map as well, so that not be as annoying. Also, there are we're playing in Forge, so you can just walk straight out of the map. But obviously in the actual version of the map, above the map, there is a kill box, soft kill box, if you will, outside of the map, which keeps us out. I actually remember that making those kill boxes was a huge pain, and it took me a really long time to make them all. You know, I'm not quite sure.
This version of the map also has a lot more verticality to it.
That's true.
Like, there's a gravity lift up to the corner platforms, and there's also man cannons in the corner of the map.
Yes, man cannons will be a lot easier to use in Halo.
I see that they also bring you up all the way to the top.
2 Anniversary. Yeah, in Halo 2 Anniversary it might be a little bit easier to make these gravity lifts, because in Halo 2 Anniversary we have like a bunch of different versions of the gravity lift, which is actually very helpful. Although I'm not quite sure how the aesthetics will work. That's something that Alex will figure out, because that's what he always figures out. So I have the middle of this map. Oh god. So I have the entire middle of this map. And thankfully they kind of they made the Hornet so that it's a lot more like the Falcon in Halo 2 Anniversary, so I might have a much easier time basing the map off of air vehicles like I did in this version.
And it seems that the middle piece actually brings cover to the air vehicles, which is a nice thing.
It does. The only thing that I don't like is that if you had a 16 versus 16 game, that would mean that a lot of people wouldn't be able to have vehicles. And that's the reason why I added the Falcons, is because in Halo Reach, then you could just have a bunch of people get in the Falcon and then do something useful, and also control the different sightlines and all that. I think that in Halo 2 Anniversary we might have to cover up a lot of the sightlines, because the VR is just overpowered compared to the VR in this version. Actually, in any version. I see that I seem to have fixed the trash pile that you have. It looks a lot nicer. Well, it's still there.
Less busy.
This map has a lot more cover. The vehicles are a little bit more open so that they can be shot by the other side. There also happens to be turrets on the map now. Oh, but this is actually really cool.
Yeah, regular turrets instead of shade turrets.
And there's also a rocket hog in the middle of the map, which I remember why that's there. It's because it makes it so that someone can control the rocket hog and control the game, which is very useful. I also see that we have raised this platform over here and with the gravity lift, which I know you were talking about earlier. The good thing about Halo 2 Anniversary is that there does happen to be there happens to be. What are you doing?
Destroying a turret.
Apparently.
I am. Right.
There happens to be two different versions of the UNSC turret. So, one of which destroys vehicles easier, and one of which destroys people easier. So that will make it a little bit more interesting to remake this map. When I was remaking my Delta Halo map, which I haven't told you guys about, I actually did have a lot of fun with that. Yeah, but the spaces in between the walkway larges are actually really interesting on this map. I really wish you could do this in Halo 2 Anniversary, but you really can't. I mean, I suppose that you could like recreate the walkway larges in a different fashion, but that would be a little bit complicated.
So how do you get up there?
What do you mean, the gravity lifts?
No, up inside the walkway larges.
Oh, why did I go? You don't get up there, remember?
Oh.
We had to put kill boxes in some of them because people were just going straight into it. And then they were camping. So that's what we figured out when we were playing, Actually, you know what? I think that we were actually playing back up with our clan back then. Because I remember Heavy Trooper being in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was back when we actually had people in our clan that, would help us test the maps.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Those were the days, as it were. And they really were. It's not just because we're thinking back, it's because we actually had people in our clan.
Yeah, and a Halo game that worked.
It's a Halo game that worked indeed. Oh, I see the door is still here. I didn't actually notice that. Alright, so this has been this version of the map. And we will then traverse to the Halo Anniversary, as far as the Halo Anniversary version has gotten, as we get.
I can't be recording that at the same time as Crazy Man because Halo 2 can be a pain, and it will be a pain, so...
No, you can record it at the same time. You just download it from my file share and then we start the game at the same time.
Alright.
Yeah, but that might take it might take us a little bit to actually get to that point. I think. Alright. So we'll see you guys there.
Over.
Let's just do it now.
Alright.
So I'm standing on top of a rock in a map that I made. That is basically a clone of the last map that we were just on. Except for the fact that it's missing pretty much everything. Just the walls. That's pretty much it.
So this is the Halo 2 version?
Yeah.
Anniversary. And are there any differences?
Well, you notice slight differences in the walls. The walls are a lot more equal. Obviously there's like I made the walls look more aesthetic where they the designs on the walls match and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, I see that.
And there also I also made it so that the bridge was a little bit more equidistant to the center. Because on the original version of the map, it was like, it's really off. You'll also notice that the Colosseums are actually slightly smaller in this game. So it makes it so that the map is actually slightly smaller, which is weird. I know, but... Also the bridges are a lot less tall in this version of the game as well.
Yeah, I have a problem with that.
But this is about as close as you can get. Obviously Alex is going to add all the beautiful aesthetic stuff. Also in the middle we're missing the window Coliseum covers. the walkway large covers. I couldn't figure out how to put those in. I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to do it. And of course we are missing the weapons.
And the vehicles and the bases.
Yep. So far all I've done in this map is just drive around in circles with the civilian warthog. That's when I figured out that the civilian warthog is actually a lot faster. So if you guys can remember, sorry, no, the warthog in Halo 2 Anniversary is faster. It's just that the civilian warthog is the one I want to use because it's cool. Anyway, you guys will remember in Halo 2 and Halo 1, sorry, if you guys can remember how fast I was going in Halo Reach, then you'll see that this is way faster in this race. And also, you can, if you can go in an infinite circle, especially if you turn on power slide. Unlike in Halo Reach, you just stop if you try to go in a complete circle, straight from getting into the vehicle. I do like how everything is all shiny. It's nice. It's kind of weird.
I experimented with a battle rifle a little bit, and it seems like the map's about the right size.
Yeah, like I said, it ended up a little bit smaller because obviously the wall coliseums are like, wall coliseums are like 0.2 smaller than they are in Halo Reach, I would say, with a little guesstimate of mine. So basically the map is 0.2 smaller, so it takes like way less time to get across the map, and especially with the Halo 2 Anniversary physics and stuff, and the speed of the characters, I think that this will make a great map for a Halo 2 Anniversary.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, as long as you can figure out all the aesthetics and add the hills and all the good stuff. Which, you know, would be assuming that we ever had time to do such a thing.
Yeah.
I noticed that the antenna in Halo Reach on the Warthog moves a lot, but the antenna in the civilian Warthog doesn't move at all. As I'm driving through. Unless you hit things. Interesting.
So, when you made this rock structure, was it meant to be able to be climbed to get to the middle?
No, you can't climb it to get to the middle, but you can climb it, from the top of the map. Yeah, the Mongoose is also a lot faster. It seems to have a little bit more grip to the ground, as it were. It's actually a lot more like a real-life ATV, as far as I'm concerned. So I think the only issue is that this map kind of requires, I think the thing that might be a little bit, actually, no, it's not an issue. The thing that's cool about this map is that, like, Halo Reach, flying vehicles are a lot easier to drive than this, so it made it so that the flying vehicles were a little bit overpowered on the map. But now that, the vehicles are like, really hard to drive in, any controls, basically, it makes it so that, this map will be a lot more balanced out, I would say. Also, the Hornet is a lot smaller than it used to than the Falcon, so it makes it so that you could probably have 2 Hornets and 2 Banshees in this map. A lot easier than the other ones. And also...
Oh, there's probably not enough airspace for that.
No, I haven't been driving around. They're really small compared to Halo Reach. Like, you can fit through everything really easily. I'm driving around in the, Hornet right now, and it's pretty, I mean, it's only like, actually the Hornet is about as big as the Warthog. That's hilarious. It's kind of tiny. And, what? Oh yeah. The last thing that I'll have to say is that on this map, I think, the fact that you can make the Heretic Banshee is going to be really useful. Because, in the old version of the map, Banshee was really, I remember the only complaint was that the Banshee was really overpowered because people kept Banshee bombing people, but the Heretic Banshee can Banshee bomb people in multiplayer, so it makes it pretty cool. It makes it so that you have an aesthetically pleasing Banshee with interesting looking shots, as well as, the Heretic Banshee can, like, you know, fly around, and it makes it really cool. It makes it so that you could probably have 2 Hornets and 2 Banshees, but it's just standard shot. As well as, the Hornet is about as big as the Warthog. Banshee that can't Banshee Mom, and he can do overpower. Yeah, I think that's just about it for all the things that I have to talk about this at this moment. Until we actually get something
Also, I have to add the regular non-heretic Banshee also multiplayer can Banshee bomb. So,
well, I'd rather use the Banshee Bomb one anyway. Sorry, the heretic one anyway.
yeah.
Oh, really? This one can Banshee Bomb, right?
Yeah, this is the, what do you call it, the name of the map?
This is Dominance Point 1. This is,
Dominance 0.1.
yes, Dominance 0.1. The version in Halo Reach is 1.1. So you can see that there's a little bit that needs to be done here. So I think that's about it. I'll see you guys on my channel next time. Bye.